What's up guys, Nathan here. Today we're going to talk about the 6 things that you will never see elite level poker players doing. I'm talking about the best of the best in today's video. If you see anybody at your poker table doing these 6 things, it's likely they're the table fish. It's likely you're in a good poker game. Let's jump right into it. Alright guys, so counting down from 6 to 1, here we go. Number 6 is overplaying middle pair. Guys, all elite poker players know to always pot control with this hand. Let me give you an example for every single thing on this list, by the way, to help you understand this all better. So you have 10-9 of hearts, good hand that I suggest playing in most situations, and the flop comes with the ace of hearts, 9 of spades, and 7 of diamonds. So pretty good spot. We have middle pair. We also have a backdoor flush draw. Hopefully some of you savvy poker players already saw that, but guys, what should you be doing in this spot? Well, a lot of amateurs will think to lead out with a big bad or to maybe raise on the flop, but guys, all elite winning poker players know that you should just call in this spot. That is what I mean by pot controlling, by the way. We're managing the size of the pot, and the reason why is because this is a classic way ahead, way behind situation where if you raise or make a big bet, try to play big pot, you're probably only going to get action versus any decent player from a hand that has you crushed, such as ace king, ace queen, ace jack, pocket nines, pocket sevens, etc. And on the flip side, you're just going to fold out all their bluffs. I hope you guys can already see where we're going here. This is a lose-lose situation for you. There's no benefit to raising or playing a big pot here. So guys, always remember middle pair, medium-sized pot. Let's move on to thing number 5, and that is making bad river calls. So guys, with working with my students over the years, this has been one of their biggest trouble spots in particular, and all advanced poker players understand that this is all about understanding player type. All right, let me give you an example. Once again, you've got ace king versus a nit on the river, and a nit, by the way, is the tightest player at the table. By the river, the board is king 8-7 jack 3, no possible flush draw. Guys, in a situation like this, you should fold versus a check raise on the river. I discussed this in my first poker book, Crushing the Micro Stakes, that when the tightest player at the table raises you on the turn, it is usually the nuts, and the nuts, by the way, means the best hand in poker, one of the best hands, and when the tightest player at the table raises you on the river, it is always the nuts. When they check raise you on the river here, the tightest player is going to show you pocket kings, king jack, pocket eights, pocket sevens, pocket jacks, or 10-9. Guys, you need to fold your one pair hand in a situation like this, and versus this specific player type, this is always a fold. All right, let's move on to number 4, and that is giving them a cheap price. Guys, all poker experts understand basic pot odds, and I don't have the time in this video to break down all the math for you, but it is all covered in my free poker cheat sheet, which will be the top link in the description below. But let me give you an example. Once again, you have ace queen offsuit, and offsuit means 2 different suits, versus a fish. Now fish this time, totally different player type from the nit we just talked about. This is one of these recreational players who plays a ton of crazy hands and so on and so forth. Flop comes down with the queen 8-7 rainbow, which means 3 different suits. Guys, you should bet 80% of the pot in a situation like this. Do not make the mistake of only betting a small amount like 20% or 40%. You want to make the fish pay in a situation like this. And what you specifically want to do is you want to deny a hand like 6-5 the proper odds to draw in a situation like this. And how do you do that? You do that by betting big. All right, guys, let's move on to thing number 3 that you will never see elite poker players doing, and that is ignoring their position at the poker table. Guys, I have talked about this endlessly on this channel. By the way, make sure you subscribe so you never miss my new videos. Not all seats at the poker table were created equal. Guys, there are 2 seats in particular that all advanced poker players understand that you should play the majority of your hands from, and those are the cutoff and the button. These are statistically the most profitable seats at the table for the simple reason that you get to act last on the flop, turn, and river, which is a massive proven statistical advantage. So guys, always skew your starting hand selection to these 2 seats at the poker table, and you're going to have a lot more success. All right, moving on to my runner-up number 2 thing that you will never see elite level poker players doing, and that is missing thin value. Guys, pot sizes on the river are of course the biggest. You already know this. This is the last street in Texas Hold'em. We've been building the pot the entire time, so it is absolutely imperative that you make them pay every single time on this street and you don't miss a bet. So for example, you've got ace queen versus a fish, and on the river the board is king queen 7 4 3 with 3 diamonds. Now a lot of people will get scared in this spot. They'll be like, oh, they could have a king, they could have a flush, there's 3 diamonds on the board. Guys, all elite poker players understand that this is just a small part of their range. There are so many hands here that a recreational player, a fish here, can have that will pay us off. So you should absolutely make a value bet here. It's just around half pot in this situation, so that you can get a call from all of the hands that we beat, such as queen jack, queen 10, 7 6, pocket 8s. I could go on and on, guys. Do not miss value bets in a situation like this, especially versus the weaker players who can have so many hands here that will pay you off. All right, guys, so the number one thing that you will never see elite poker players doing, that is getting upset over every single bad beat that they get at the poker table. Guys, if I could give you the difference between the handful of the biggest winners in this game and everybody else, it is this one thing right here. All elite poker players know the math in this game. They know that we have to pay what I call the fish tax in order to keep the bad players coming back for more. For example, you got a hand like pocket kings, the second best hand in the game, but if somebody has a hand like pocket 5s, for example, and they decide to go all in pre-flop versus you, they're gonna beat you nearly 1 out of 5 times. They've got nearly 20% equity, guys, and there is nothing that we can do to change this. They're going to win 1 out of 5 times. This is the fish tax that we all have to pay, and when we pay this tax close to 20% of the time, this is not an indication that the game is somehow rigged against you or there's something fixed in the cards. Now, guys, I'm not saying that no poker game has ever been fixed. You should absolutely be aware of what games you're playing in, but by and large, a lot of amateurs tend to heavily discount the math in this game, and they don't realize that you're going to lose sometimes in this game when you've done absolutely everything right. And this is just the simple, beautiful math that is built into this game to keep the bad players coming back for more. Guys, like and subscribe if you found this video, and once again, if you want to know my entire strategy to smash these small and mid-stakes games, make sure you grab a copy of my free poker cheat sheet. That'll be the top link in the description below. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I will catch you next time.